Okay, for challenge number 10, you're going to be inserting text into an image. So creating something similar to these where you have a word kind of superimposed into an image. So this one says banana, this says one chip, this says let's go. So something like that, okay? You're going to start out by going to Google and saving a simple image. And I would say an image with a solid background or no background at all. Or choose an image that has a background, drag it into remove.bg to take the background away. That will make your life much easier. Okay, then you'll open Photoshop. Click Create New, choose the default Photoshop size, and click Create. And then to bring in an image, you're going to click File, Place Embedded to insert your image, size the image to fill up your canvas. So let's do all of that. So I've already found an image. I've already saved it, okay? So let me just close out of that one. I'm going to go to New File. I'm going to use the default Photoshop size and click Create in the bottom left. Okay, I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go down to Place Embedded. And I'm just using my banana one. So I'm going to do on my computer or on your computer, go to my downloads folder, and I'm going to use the banana. You can use your sizing handles to make it bigger or smaller or whatever you need to do if you'd like to do that. So let me just go ahead and adjust the size here, and then I'll click that, and then I'm just going to move it so it's kind of centered. Okay, let me just drag this up a little bit here. Okay, good. So I'm going to go back to my instructions. And I have just done steps 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Step 6, use the text tool. Whoops, let me just close that. Number 6, use the text tool to write your word or phrase over your image. And then number 7, choose Control T to bring up your sizing handles. Number 8, use your sizing handles to spread your word across your image, okay? So I'm going to go to my text tool. I'm going to click the T for text. I'm going to go ahead and draw a text box. And I'm just going to use the word banana. And I can't see my text, which means that my text is probably too big. So I'm going to do a Control A to select my text. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to change my size to 24. Now I can see my text, so I know 24 is too small, but I'm actually going to change my font first. I want something thicker, and let's try 60. Yeah, we can probably do 60. Okay, and I'm going to just change. It doesn't matter what color it is. I'm just going to change mine to white. You know what? I'm going to change it to yellow. I'm going to make it yellowish, I think, because the bananas are yellow, right? Hopefully they're yellow. Okay, that's okay if I'm doing yellow over yellow. It'll be fine. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and you don't have to adjust the size of your text box, but go ahead and click the check mark. You know what? I'm not doing yellow. Sorry about that, everybody. I don't like how it looks. It's too hard to see. I can change it to yellow later if I want to, but right now I'm just going to make it white. Okay, I'm going to check that. I'm going to do Control T to bring up my sizing handles, and you can make it a little bit bigger or smaller or whatever you need to do. And I'm just going to kind of leave it right there for right now and click my little check mark. Okay, so go back to my instructions. So on number 9, we're on number 9. We're going to right click on our text layer on the layer, and we're going to convert this to a shape. So that will no longer allow us to edit our text, right? Because once we convert it to a shape, it's turned into an image. You can't edit it anymore. So make sure you have your font the way you want it and your spelling and all of that. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to convert to shape right here. And that's going to turn it into an image instead of a text layer. Okay, so now I have a shape. I'm going to go back to my instructions. From the top drop-down menus at the top, we're going to choose Edit, Transform, and Warp. We're going to place our mouse on the tiny blue squares and adjust our word. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to go to Edit, Transform. Whoops, not Transform. Oh, you know what? It has Path selected. Hold on. If you get these little blue things, just click on your Move tool at the top and get rid of those. But make sure your banana layer is selected, or your word layer. Okay, now I'm going to go to Edit, Transform. What's going on here? Why is it not letting me do this? Let me try something else. I'm going to do Control T, and then I'm going to right click and choose Warp. All right, we might have to do it that way. I might have to redo my instructions. We're going to do it that way. Okay, we're going to warp, and then I'm going to start dragging the corner. Now watch what happens when I grab the corner. I can kind of bend this B up to make it kind of go along the edges of the word banana. I'm going to do the same thing with the A on this side. And then you can use, like if it didn't work, so let's say I bring down the B, you can kind of see the B isn't wrapped around the banana. So then I would just use this little circle or square here, and I can pull this down to get the rest of the words here. And then I can do the same thing with this. And you just kind of move these things around to try to angle everything the way that you want it. Okay. And something like that. You can even extend it out if you want to extend it out, whatever you want to do. So when you're done warping it, you're going to go ahead and click the check mark up here at the top. And that's good. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to the instructions. And we just did that. Number 12, while holding Control down on our keyboard, we're going to go to our layer section, and on our word layer, say where I wrote the word banana, we're going to click the tiny square in the corner of our layer thumbnail to select our letters. Let me show you what that means. Okay, so down here, we're going to go to our banana layer and notice this tiny square in our thumbnail section. Hold your Control key down on your keyboard and then click on that tiny little square, and you're going to notice, look at, my letters are selected in the word banana. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Okay, and then we're going to click the eyeball to hide my text layer. So I'm going to click this eyeball to hide the text layer, and you're going to kind of see it like that. Okay, and then let's go back and see what it says. Select my image layer, and we're going to click Add a Layer Mask from the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to choose my banana layer right here. And down here in the bottom toolbar, still on the right side, way in the bottom, the little square or the little rectangle with the circle in it is our layer mask. Go ahead and click on that. Okay, now you're going to see the words, but the rest of the banana is cut off. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our paintbrush to color back on the parts on the side. So I'm going to click on my brush tool. Okay, notice my colors. White has to be on top and black has to be on the bottom. Okay, because white, I just go to my brush tool. White is to brush on, black is to remove. So with white on the front, and you can adjust your size of your brush if you need to. Okay, watch what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start. Why isn't it working? Oh, there it is working. Okay, I'm going to make my brush size even bigger. And I'm going to adjust my hardness as well. Okay, I'm going to start painting on the end of my banana. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. And you can decide how close you want to get to your letters. I guess I didn't make it very straight there. Okay, but I keep painting over here. And it paints back on the part of your banana. Now you can leave it like that. I can get closer if I want. I can adjust my brush size if I want to make it bigger or smaller. Sometimes, like I've seen people actually connect the top. So if you want to connect the top, you can draw across it like that and kind of connect the top. If you want to do that, you could do the same with the bottom. So it just really depends on how you want it to look. I'm going to Control Z that part away. And then again, how close you want to get to your letters over here. And that's what you're going to do. So isn't that pretty cool? When you're done, you're going to do a Save As. And make sure you save it to the Creative Cloud. Your button will be blue in the bottom right. But I'm going to say Save to the Creative Cloud, and I'm going to name it Banana. You'll probably name yours something different. Click Save, and then to turn it in, make sure you file, export, and then a quick export as a PNG. Okay? Good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.